is passionate is passionate about empowering professionals
Can
and
you take that again?
organizations.
Since we're recording on?
Okay, okay. You want me to start again?
Yeah, yeah. Recording on.
Oh, okay, thank you very much. So, again, I want to say welcome to this session. My name is Grace. We're starting now. So, I want to introduce the person that will be facilitating today's session, and it's no other person than the convener and the CEO of Success Image International, Mr. Terry Omodibo. Terry Omodibo is a dynamic brand and career leadership coach. He's a business strategist, a global speaker who is passionate about empowering professionals and organizations to thrive in a fast changing world. He has over 2 decades of experience across multiple industries, including information technology, real estate, FMCG, and consulting. And Mr. Cherry has coached more than 1,000 individuals in personal development, leadership, sales, marketing, digital branding, research writing, and data and business analysis, just like we're having today. His expertise has earned him recognition as a featured speaker in the National Digital Adoption Campaign, a high profile initiative co sponsored by Google, Facebook, and IBM. He was also nominated for the prestigious Sergio Obando Award of Attainment at the University of Ulster, which celebrates exceptional academic performance. Terry is a proud member of the Forbes Black community, a global community of Black professionals, leaders, and creators, and is a certified coach, trainer, and a speaker with the Maxwell Leadership Team. That's the John Maxwell Renowned Global Leadership Development Organization. He's the founder of the leading Beyond Success Citizenry and the COO of the Terry Omodibo International Company. Terry drives transformation, sorry, Terry drives transformation for individuals, entrepreneurs, and businesses. And he also leads Great Success Image International Limited, a management consulting firm operating in both Nigeria and the United Kingdom. Terry holds a master's degree in international business with data analytics from the University of Ulster, United Kingdom, alongside multiple professional certifications in strategic management, business intelligence, artificial intelligence, digital marketing, and data analytics. Terry is happily married to his beautiful wife and is a father to wonderful children. He believes in leaving a legacy of purpose driven leadership and continues to inspire individuals to unlock their full potentials, to achieve exceptional success and make a lasting impact in every sphere. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the convener and the facilitator for this afternoon session, Mr. Terry Omodibo. If we can just use the emoji to welcome him. Okay, I'm clapping from here. Please don't forget as we start to put your phone on silent so that there's no disturbance in the class. And if you do have any question, please put it in the chat box. We'll read and then we'll answer you. Thank you very much. Over to you, Terry.
All right. Thank you, Grace. Thank you so much. All right. Good afternoon from here, from the UK. I guess it's still afternoon there. We're just about an hour apart. And if there's anyone that is joining us from any other continent, I will say good morning. I will say good afternoon, all right, or good evening, depending on where you're joining from. All right. So thank you, Grace, for that introduction. It's a long one, but simply, this is me. All right. And all we're just doing is seeing how we can add value, help us to position ourselves for 2026. That's just simple. And I understand that this is the Christmas season. So I guess you could also see Christmas with everyone. All right. My Christmas tree behind me just to resonate with everyone during the season. But I must applaud everyone who's part of this call this afternoon or evening or morning, wherever you're joining me from, because so some people they just believe that the Christmas season is a time just to eat and drink and all that and everything that we do growing up. But you have taken your time to sit at a conversation that can position you better for 2026. I did this several years ago, and I think I'm better off. And if you actually able to position yourself better, you will become better in 2026. So I celebrate everyone, all right? So that is part of this course. So celebrate yourselves. You can put the emojis also in the chat room just to celebrate yourselves for being a part of this conversation this afternoon. All right. So I also can see that I have a lot of friends from joining from different parts, all right, from Abuja, from Lagos, from different parts, from Abeokuta, and from different parts of Nigeria, and also from the UK. And maybe others will join us from other parts. I think the last event we had, the last webinar we had last month, someone joined from Kenya, one joined from Angola. So we had several sessions where people have joined us from different continents. And of course, we're stopping here, we are growing. All right, so this is the first of the webinar that we'll be having. We'll have another next Saturday, and I will continue to have webinars like that moving into the new year. Our goal is simple, all right? We want to help you become better in 2026. We want to help you with the best skills, the skills that are right now making the way, all right? Especially in developed countries, all right? And of course, you know that developed countries control the world. So in the top 3, top 5 countries of the world, what are the skills that are in demand? That's what Success Image Institute or Success Image International is all about. We want to help you to develop those skills. We want to help you to pivot, all right, to be able to transfer those skills into skills that are going to be needed into the future. And of course, like they say, if you don't position yourself, if you don't learn those skills, the world is not waiting for you, all right? The world isn't waiting for you. The world is just going to move on, and of course, you're going to move backward, all right? And you don't position yourself, you're not going to be relevant in the future. Okay, then look at the phone. All right, there were times, there was those days they were using different types of phones. I don't know if we have the Gen Alphas, yeah, but I know in 2020 or 2000, in the year 2000, just a little, some years before the year 2000, we had the BlackBerry phones, we had the Nokia phones, we had the Samsung phones. Those are the best phones at that time. All right, and then of course, life began to evolve and it became smartphones. And today, everything has even gone into smartphones. So a lot is happening right now. We're moving into a world wherein, yes, they say AI, 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 AI. Yes, it's just a cliche, but the truth is that if you break that down, there are different clusters of industries or different clusters of skills that will help you to position yourself into the future. All right, so that you will not just become relevant, you will be the people that will be called out, those who are going to be most in demand into the future. And that's what this whole conversation is all about. So I'm just going to go into what we have. Okay, I just put my slides on, and I will run through that, and then we'll see how best. So please, if in the course of the conversation, there's anything that resonates with you, I'll be so glad if you drop it in the comment section. Just drop it. What you're learning, just drop it in the comment section so others can amplify it, all right? And also, others will learn from it. And I will also read it, all right, just to show that this is something you have learned. Okay, that's good. That'll be a very, very good thing. And please, if you have questions in the course of the conversation, also drop it in the comments, all right, so we can take them. You don't have to wait to the end, all right? You can drop in the comments as you go, and I will take the questions as we go. All right, and then of course we'll have a time also for questions at the end of the conversation. So I guess we're going to be in for a fantastic time. This briefly this afternoon in the next 60 minutes, and I believe we'll get some value. All right, so let me just put on my slides right away, and then we'll jump into the conversation for today. All right, all right, all right, all right. Okay, so let me know if you can see my screen as soon as it pops up, so we can dive in. Okay, of course, now the Zoom network tells us if you can see my screen. Say participants can see screen, so I guess you can see my screen right away. So if you can see it, just say I can see your screen, all right? Put it in the chat room so that I just get that feedback that all of us are together as we write in. Can you see my screen now? Let me know if you can see my screen. Can you see my screen? Well done, Lajide joining from Lagos and on vacation in the UK. I guess you're having a nice time, all right? It's winter here, it's so cold. All right, I guess you are
Yes,
enjoying.
we can see the screen.
All right, absolutely, absolutely. Good, so the screen, I guess you can see my screen. So um, what's the conversation simply? How do you become a data analyst? Or how do you become a business intelligence analyst? Or how do you pivot into other roles within the data skills world? That's just what the conversation is all about. So I guess I'm going to be showing us what and what are in there. We're going to be having, I'm going to show us what are the skills, what are the roles in the course of the conversation. So I need to pause this. What are the roles? What are the in-demand roles today? And we'll look at what is really data analysis, what it's all about. And then we'll look at some other things. Okay, so let's put this on full screen. How do you transition into data roles without prior tech experience, without understanding programming, without understanding statistics? How do you transit from what you're doing currently now into what is needed in the future without having to feel irrelevant? That's what this conversation is all about. Okay, so let's look at the data world era. I'm going to be sharing a lot of statistics. Now, these statistics I'm going to be sharing or trends of what is happening, and not just from just any website, all right? I'm going to be sharing from credible websites, websites that are authority, so that you can see it from that angle, exactly where the world is going. And then as I'm sharing this, please begin to open your mind and position yourself and see it for what it is. I'm not sharing you flip-flops. I'm not sharing you just things that are just people's ideas. I'm sharing you reports or data from credible organizations, data that they've taken our time to be able to verify. That's what I'm going to be sharing with us today. So, and of course, the whole idea is to show you exactly what it is and how you can benefit or pivot yourself to be able to be part of it. Okay, so what's the data revolution? All right, over 97 zettabytes of data were created globally in 2024. 97 zettabytes of data were created globally in 2024. And this figure is expected to hit 181 zettabytes by the end of 2025. All right, so this is just being conservative, and this statistics is by Statista. Statista is a world-renowned statistics company, right? And they did this, they were able to get this in 2024. So this is very, very recent data. Now, today, every business now relies on data-driven insights to make smarter, faster decisions. All right. Every platform right now will have an analytics aspect of whatever they use it. And of course, if you are very observant, you discover that every industry has been disrupted by, I will say AI, I will say tech. Every industry has been disrupted by tech, right? If you go more deeply, you discover that the disruption is going further. And of course, analytics are being put behind it to give you insight into exactly what it is and how it is going. Okay, so the idea is you're able to collect data, all right? Even if you watch TV, you're watching Netflix, you're watching anything, there is a data aspect that is behind every of your daily lives. Even this conversation right now, having a Zoom conversation, there is data behind it. All right. So that's it. Every business now relies on data-driven insights to make faster, smarter decisions instead of guesswork. Instead of just feeling it's something, yeah, it's something that you can actually use data to predict your life. Even in health sector today, right? Data is being used to predict things that's going to be happening, predict diseases, predict anything that is coming in the future. Now, the question is no longer should I learn data? The question now should be how soon can I learn or can I start learning data? And of course, that's why we're having this conversation today. All right, so let's look at this. Unprecedented job opportunities that are open right now. The global demand for data professionals is projected to grow by 36% between 2022 and 2032. All right, this is by the US Bureau of Labor Statistics. And of course, you know anything that the US says affects the world. So there is a growth, or there's a demand for people who are in data, all right, who have things that has to do data roles, that has to do with data professionals, everything that has to do with data. There are different roles, there are different aspects of it. Okay? But this shows that there is a growth in that aspect. Now, roles like data analyst, business intelligence specialist, or business intelligence analyst, data visualization expert are among the top 10 most in-demand tech roles or tech jobs globally. And of course, a lot of them are remote roles, hybrid roles, all right? Yes, we have hybrid roles, but a large chunk of that is remote, okay? It means wherever you are, you can actually do or you can actually position yourself and work those roles from any part of the world. That's even the most beautiful part of it. Now, in the UK alone today, there is a data skills shortage gap worth over 10 billion in lost productivity annually. This is by UK themselves, UK data. All right, it's a department. All right, and they were able to put that data there. That's the data skills shortage gap that is worth about 10 billion pounds. That is huge. That is the reason why data rules are part of the rules that are eligible for UK visa sponsorship today. So this is very critical. And that is the reason why you don't want to play with this opportunity. That's the truth. You don't want to play with it, okay? So it is your turn, it is your time. You don't want to, it's not like a bandwagon effect, it's just, it is what it is. And I'm sharing data statistics to actually let you know that this is what it is, and it is what is coming in the future. Now, let's look at data literacy and as a new career currency. Now, there's a McKinsey report. McKinsey, and it's one of the top five companies globally. All right, it's top 5 companies globally, or consulting companies globally. Their report that revealed that 65% of organizations they can't even fill critical roles. Can you put that? Let's put the microphone on mute, please. All right. Chris, you can actually do that from your own end. All right, just mute. Yeah, co-host, so you can mute. So that there are no disruptions, please. Okay, sorry about that. Let's go back there. Can you still see my screen?
Yes, we can. We can see your screen.
Okay, so let's go back there. All right, beautiful. Okay, so there's a McKinsey report that reveals that 65% of organizations say they can't fill critical data roles because of lack of skills. That is an opportunity you have to look at right now. It's an opportunity open there already. 65% of organizations can't fill it. We're not talking about the much small SMEs. No, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about 4,500 companies can't fill data roles. What does that tell you? It tells you that there's a skills gap, and it tells you that, hey, you need to position yourself to learn these in-demand skills and position yourself to fill those roles. All right? Now look at it. You don't have to be a programmer to work in tech. Data skills are the bridge for career changers. That's the truth. All right? I did a Google training wherein even Google admits, all right, that you actually don't have to be a programmer or have critical statistical or programming skills to work in tech. In short, a lot of those who are actually filling those data roles are people who pivoted from other fields today. So what you use is transferable skills, and transferable skills, a lot of them are soft skills, not really the technical roles. So not really the technical skills, and we are now going to be teaching you the technical skills, then you add that to the soft skills that you have. And of course, that helps you to be able to pivot and be able to fill some of these roles. Now, roles ranges from HR to marketing to finance, operations. Every critical aspect of the organization needs someone who is in data. Every industry now speaks data. So that is the beauty. That's what we call the new data currency today. Now let's look at data careers in the new era. Look at the data careers. So begin to position yourself, where should I be? Each of these, you can see right now, each of those persons there are roles. So we have people who are just doing data collection, all right? Data role. We have data generation, we have data storage, we have data management, we have data processing, we have data interpretation, then we have data analysis or analysis. Now, the data analysis, just for the purpose of this class, data analysis is the collection or gathering of the data. Now, they are not data engineers. They are not who conscript or who create anything. They pick some of this data and then they gather. So they do what? Data gathering. So they gather the data and then they analyze the data. And of course, the interpreter. There are also other roles called business analysts that also interpret, but their own aspect is a bit different. They interpret and they use it to solve business solutions or solve business problems. All right. So we have data governance. That's a different aspect. There's so many aspects in the data world that you can actually take advantage of, okay? So you don't need tech backgrounds. Just what you need is curiosity, critical thinking, and the willingness to learn. The willingness to learn. I see people who are very enthusiastic. I want to do it, I want to do it, I want to do it, I want to do it. At the end of the day, they're chicken out, all right? You need to be very curious because the job is like you are probing. You're like going to be probing a lot of things. You want to know exactly what happened. You want to critique things, right? You should be the critique. You should have curiosity and critical thinking and the willingness to learn. Now, 70% of data analysts today come from non-tech backgrounds. I said that before, and I'm emphasizing it again. They come from non-tech backgrounds, including teachers, including salespeople, accountants, including entrepreneurs. They have non-tech backgrounds. And it's not about problem solving per se, it's about problem solving. It's not just about numbers. So you don't have to be scared, all right? So if you are not a statistician or if you have not dealt with data before, that is not important. What is most important is that you have the mindset, you have curiosity, you have the critical analytics skills, critical thinking skills. Even if you don't have them, you can build those ones. And then, of course, just learn the technical aspect, and then you'll be good to be able to position yourself for such roles. And let's look at this. Let's talk some money, all right? Let's talk some money. So how much do they earn? Okay? Entry-level data analysts earn an average. Average. Some do earn this entry, £35,000 to £50,000. If you break that down into each month, you could know how much that is. Now, don't convert that into Naira, right? You just faint, right? Don't convert that into Naira. So, but the truth is that you can sit back in Nigeria or sit back any country that you are and earn this amount. This is just transparent. I don't even need to even tell you anything. You can go on Google, just Google, what is the entry-level data analyst? You see different ranges, but the truth is, practically speaking, this is the amount they earn, 30,000, 35,000, entry to £50,000. Some do earn £70,000, some £80,000. And of course, we have the senior data analysts that earn close to £100,000 per year. That's a lot of money if you ask me, right? So, but you can grow yourself into that, right? The world is so big, it's so open for us, you can actually take advantage. Now, mid-level professionals with business intelligence plus visualization skills can earn up to 60,000 plus. So beyond the paycheck, data careers offer remote flexibility, global relevance, and continuous growth. That's the truth. You are problem solvers. You're going to be problem solvers. You're going to be solving business intelligence solutions for organizations. So that also gives you opportunity to understand organizations, different aspects of the organization that can help you to pivot, to help you to position yourself and help you to grow, develop yourself even professionally. Okay, so that's that. Let's talk about me a little bit, just a little bit. So just to buttress that, like many of you, I didn't start in tech too, all right? I won't say I'm a technician or technical person per se. I just have some level of curiosity. I had some level of curiosity a couple of years back, all right? I discovered I had that curiosity. My background is in business development and sales. I've done that for many years. I started working as a salesperson. I was even before I started working professionally as a salesperson, I had sales gene in me. When I was growing up many years back, even during Christmas like this, I used to sell on Christmas Day, just put some tables in front of me, a couple of things that people need. I just put it outside. So my mom stopped buying stuff for me on Christmas. I think when I was 12 or 13, I can't remember. I know it's just after my primary school, I just didn't buy anything for me. So I didn't literally to business like that. So I've had this flair for entrepreneurship, for business development. And of course, after my youth service, I said, okay, fine, let's get into sales. All right. I didn't want to do my background, which was about chemistry or medical. I just wanted sales or make some money, right? Be into business. All right. So I started out working in a manufacturing company when I was exposed to the use of Excel. So I saw the transformation that secretary then who had no educational skills. So she was a secondary school person, right? Secondary school leaver. And a boss then who was a Chinese guy, all right, actually taught her to use Excel. And I saw how Excel could actually be used for inventory management. What that company was using was just Microsoft Excel. What transformed that? So I had to grasp that. And then when I left, I took the skills, even though I wasn't the one doing it, but just seeing what they could do with Microsoft Excel, I had to learn the skill from afar. Okay, and then I used that for my own business afterwards when I left. And of course, I've been using that up to today. So when I relocated to the UK, I did a master's program in international business and data analysis. I decided to do some advanced courses in data analysis, business intelligence, to actually hone those skills. And today, you can see I'm helping other people to do the same. So, like I said, I didn't have tech skills. I didn't know statistics. You don't have to, too. All right? You don't have to. All you just need, like I said, is curiosity and the mindset. Okay? So the transition, if I could make that transition from sales to data analysis today, anybody can. The key is not where you start from, but your willingness to learn and apply what you need. Has somebody gotten something so far? Let me just be sure, all right? Have you gotten something so far from what I've shared so far? All right, then just share with me one or two things that you've gotten so far without even, I've not even gone into the meat, but so far, what have you gotten? All right, I think I shared a lot that can help you. If I close the class here, I am feeling that you should be excited. You should be firing your bones right now to like, how do I start? All right, so let me just get some feedback. What have you seen so far from what I've shared? These are proven, all right, statistics. I'm going to share more as we have the conversation, but so far, just one or two things that you've gotten so far from what I've shared. All right, let me just read that. I'm in the comment section now. What have you gotten so far? Waiting. Who's the first person to drop that? Are we together? Can you hear me? Waiting the comments. Let's use our keypad. Let's make this more interactive. Okay. Let's make it more interactive. All right. I love interactiveness. All right. I'm just the only one talking. It's not a solo thing. Let's have it as a conversation, please. Okay. So I just showed you right now, all right, that data analysis is something you should play with. All right. It can change your life if you want it to. All right. It can change your life if you really want it to. Okay. So no one has gone this on so far. Let's move. So why do we have this webinar? Why do we have this webinar? This is just another training. This is a roadmap you can leverage to transition into tech. It's a roadmap. You can learn the skills, the structure, and its strategy to pivot confidently into the world of data analysis and business intelligence. That is the truth. And I will show you exactly how we can help you and learn and pivot even without any skills from zero to professional level, right? Okay, so look at the training outline. You're going to learn some common barriers in breaking into data, why many people struggle to pivot, the core data skills you need. I'm going to be sharing the tools, the most important and the critical tools that you need, and how you can actually learn them and take advantage of them. And then I'll share you the framework that we've used to help past students, past cohorts, and then we'll share you some real life stories from people who we have helped and what they're doing currently today. And of course, we can take some questions after that. All right, so trends in data rules today. Let me share you some critical trends that is happening right now. So you can just to buttress what I've said so far at the introduction. What are some current trends? Show you live trends. And look at this. Okay, this is trends in AI. This is from the World Economic Forum. Of course, I shouldn't be introducing the World Economic Forum to you, all right? There's a source there behind to show you, all right? 86% of the share of employees today expecting technology to transform the organization. We have it large as 86%. AI, look at the skills gap preventing business transformation. Skills gap in labor market today. Organizations, culture, resistance to change. So you can look at that. You discover that today we're not playing with this field, okay? There is a real shortage. Look at lack of adequate data and technical infrastructure, 32%. This is from the World Economic Forum, all right? Statistics, this is 2025. You can see the future of jobs report 2025 is clear right there, right there. Look at this screenshot. Same thing from World Economic Forum. Fastest growing and declining jobs by 2030. Fastest growing. Look at the first one, fastest growing, top fastest growing jobs. Look at this, big data specialist. You can see that there, right? Fintech engineers, but the most important number one there is what? Big data specialists. That's very critical for you to know. Look at this, top fastest growing skills by 2030. Look at the number one there, AI and big data. You don't want to play with this at all. You don't want to play with this at all. This is very, very significant. All right. Are you saying that everybody should learn data? Of course, if it's possible, everybody should be here. That is the whole idea around this. Why? When they say it's number one, it's number one. There's nothing you can do about it. Okay. Let's look at this. Disruption to skills. Disruption to skills. Look at this. 39% of workers' core skills will change by 2030. I didn't say this. This is World Economic Forum. 39% of workers' core skills will what? Change by 2030. It's 2025. So in the next 5 years, the things that you're battling right now will be irrelevant. So do you have the relevant skills that will help you to thrive in the next 5 years? That is why we are having this conversation. And of course, if you live in the developed worlds, data, diversity, inclusion, adoption is on the rise. 83% of employers today, in short, here in the UK, diversity and inclusion is being preached, it's critical. So you can't say, oh, because I'm a Black, I may not be able to get roles in leading in the developed countries. That's not true. That is because there is this trying to find a fair balance in the recruitment, all right? In the recruitment, even in the universities, here too, they apportion some to developed countries. So that tells you that this is critical and this is something you should focus on. And look at this, 5 top market trends you can't ignore in 2025. 5 top market trends you can't ignore. Look at this. Skills-based hiring is on the rise. Now, you can't be seen anywhere where they say certificates. It's not about certificates right now. Sure, the future is not about certificates. It's what can you do? What skills do you have? What in-demand skills do you have? So number one there is what? Skills-based hiring. Employers prioritize specific skills over degrees and experiences. So please keep your degrees. It's not about degrees. In short, I can shock you. A lot of people come to the UK here. The UK help you to have degrees, but they don't employ by degrees. Let me say that again. Here in the UK, there are universities. Every city has a university. In short, some cities have more than 5 universities. But those universities, they give you degrees, but when they want to employ, they don't employ you by degrees. They employ you by the skills that you're able to have and what you bring to the table. And of course, you know that reflects in the US, that reflects in Canada, that reflects in New Zealand and developed countries. So that also shows that you can actually sit back wherever you are in Nigeria, in other parts of the world, or wherever you're joining from, and also have a fair share of, if you have the skills, you can compete for the job, and you actually have it. So that is what this shows right now. Okay? So what are some of the common barriers in breaking into tech? I've said a lot of them in the course of this conversation so far, all right? But I know that the first one is mind limitation. You're not technical enough, and I've also said that you don't, most of, I think 67% of data professionals actually started from non-tech backgrounds. I've shown that already. Another one is, there are too many tutorials, no clear roadmap. Hey, we have a structured learning here, expert guidance for every of our course and every of our students that will be able to help, all right? It's very structured, will guide you. Even after the classes, will also guide you, all right? We'll also show you, will help you until you get those roles. And even after you get those roles, we'll continue to give you updates of what's going on, and then some particular update of skills that you will actually require to actually move up the ladder in your roles, okay? Now, I don't have tech backgrounds. I've shown you that before. Knowing theory but lacking project application, that's not an issue. This is designed for beginners, no coding experiences. You're going to use that, and of course, you will be better off at the end of the day. So there should be no barriers. There should be no limitations. That's the truth at the end of the day. Okay, so let me share just one testimonials from people who have been part of a cohort. Look at this from Joseph Odia, UK. Says the SI community supportive and professional, the instructors are patient, the project industry relevant, and the career guidance after training is top notch. I left not just with skills, but with confidence and direction for my career. So this is University of Ulster. And we have 1 year from University of Oxfordshire was also part of our program. Practical, engaging, and career focus. What stood out for me was how the SI team generally cared about our growth, the blend of learning, mentorship, and project-based experiences gave me clarity on how to transition to Trek. I recommend this to anyone serious about upscaling for the future. So this is just 2 out of other of past students who have actually passed through trainings and programs. Okay, so what do you really need to break into tech if you are in other fields? Even if you're in tech, what do you need to go to advance in the roles? Okay, what do you need to advance in the roles? And I'm going to share with you right now SI Data Transition Framework. This is the framework. We have the learning stages, we have the consolidation stages. We'll run through you skills mastery. You're going to learn some of the essential data tools. You're going to learn Microsoft Excel. You're going to learn Power BI. You're going to learn SQL. You're going to learn how you use data storing techniques and procedures. And also, if we have the time, we can also introduce you to the Google what's the name again? All right, Google. There's the Google one too. I also introduce you to that tool. Same thing, just their own version of the Power BI. Also introduce you to that. So you learn those skills, and of course, will also help you to work on real-world projects that will help you to showcase your abilities to employers. Portfolio building is critical. All right, portfolio building is critical. You can't go and say, you don't have anything. You have to have something to show, right, to your employers. You have to have something to show. So walk you through that before you finish our program. You would have at least worked on at least 4 different data sets that will help you to position. And those are real world data sets, not just flip-flop, all right? Something that will actually get your mind out. And once you're done with that, anyone that sees it out, oh, this one actually worked on a real life project. So we're going to do that. And after our programs, you will also help you, coach you, have mentorship trainings. We're going to have post-training programs, all right, that will help you, guide you from experts who have walked the path before. And of course, we'll also do all your resume. We'll help you to look at your resume and then dig your resume. We'll help you for LinkedIn optimization. Of course, you know that you should be falling in love with LinkedIn, all right? So we'll help you with LinkedIn optimization, how to prepare for interviews. Those are just post the program that will help you to consolidate yourself and hold your hand to have those data roles. So what exactly? All right, let's look at this one by one. Like I said, you learn, okay, so like I said, you're going to learn the core data skills or data tools, Microsoft Excel, Power BI, Tableau. Yes, we'll look at Tableau. Also, we'll look at SQL and data storytelling. These are, you start simple, you move to the advanced stages, you're going to rush you through it. You will build your confidence step by step, all right? For those who have done this before, of course, you're going to improve on it, all right? No one does everything, that's the truth. But for those who've never done it, we're going to hold your hands step by step and walk you through the process, all right, to be able to get some of these things done. Of course, we integrate storytelling techniques at every stage to build a holistic skill set, right, from ground zero. That will help you to build confidence from competence. The more you practice, the more you trust your abilities. That's the truth. All right, it's like driving. The fact that you could drive, because you just, I can drive, you just go and drop the car and then you didn't practice. Sorry. One day you pick up that car, you're gonna run into people, right? So you're gonna flex your muscles, you're gonna, it's like gymming, you're gonna flex your muscles and you're gonna build it over time, right? The more you practice, the more you trust your abilities. All right, you're gonna set weekly learning goals and track your progress virtually. Celebrate small wins. You build your first dashboard, which you can showcase. Right? Allows them to build the first dashboard. So you build dashboard for each of those tools that we're going to be exposing you to. You're also going to build your first query. And of course, you'll be able to build your first data story, which is, of course, you can make a lot of noise about it on social media, especially on LinkedIn. I will stick together. Are you still there? If you're there, say I'm there. Let me just be sure you're there. And I'm not talking to myself. Are we still together? Put it in the chat room. Are we still together? Just put, you can say, yes, yes, I'm following. Yes, I'm with you. You don't have to unmute. Yeah. You don't have to unmute. You can use the chat room if that's preferred so that we can have a smooth sail. Are we still together? Put it in the chat room. So what's the next one? All right, portfolio building. You need to show the world what you can do, all right? You need to show what the world what you can do. Why does a portfolio matter? This is the reason. Your portfolio is your proof of skill. Proof. Let me shock you. In the UK, it's what you can do. Proof. And of course, the way they interview here is different from the way interviews in Nigeria and other parts of the world. It's storytelling. Tell us a situation where. That is their favorite line. Tell us a situation where. Tell us a situation where. So you have to have proof. You must have done it. Even if you don't have anything, you must have done something. All right. So it shows, not tells. Like they said, facts tell, stories sell. Okay, so it shows, it doesn't tell employers what you can do. So you must have that. Recruiters test or trust results, not just certificates. I said that before. Like, write your resume and put a lot of, I served this certificate, I went to this certificate, I scored this. Let me go shock you. If you have a distinction in your undergraduate or in your master's, it doesn't guarantee you're going to get the job. That's the truth. So you have to have a well-built portfolio. Okay? Instances set you apart from hundreds of applicants. That's the truth. All right? You show that, you think of a portfolio as a digital footprint, a personal brand asset that grows as you go. Like I said, we're going to help you get the first 4. And after that, you can build. Once you develop confidence, you can pick any data set from anywhere and then run through the trends and then create some dashboard out of it and then create solutions out of it, or recommendations out of it. That is the truth. Okay? So there are very many places you can actually get data sets from. So you need to source the right data set. Right now, some important open data sets that we can use. There are a lot of platforms, but we have the ones that I think I have one that I'm using. I think it's called open data. All right, then we have Cargo. Cargo is very popular, all right, where you can actually get a source data set from. We have data.gov. And of course, you can go to World Bank. World Bank has a lot of data that you can work on. Even if you go to Wikipedia, you're going to see some data too. The truth is, you have to fall in love with data sets, all right? Once you see tables, once you see anything that has numbers and tables put together in rows and columns, you should fall in love with it. And then what can you make of that? What is the data set saying? All right? It comes from that. Okay, so those are platforms. So if you go to cargo.com, data.gov, worldbank.com, you see a lot of data sets there. And there are several open source data too. Like I just said, if you go to Wikipedia, you see some data sets that you can actually use there too. Then we can also, next thing is you need to create real business scenarios, right? Sales performance, customer churn, financial forecasting, and several other things, all right? That's the next thing. Then, of course, you use data projects that shows your creativity and shows your relevance. You need to source the data set. What is the third thing? Present your work. So once you have been able to get those data sets, first place you want to showcase is LinkedIn. You can upload your projects to GitHub. All right, GitHub is a website where you can upload your projects and just send the link to your employers or send the link out or put it out there so people can go look at it. And then that shows people that you could do it. And of course, there's what we call Power BI service also, that you can actually also upload your work there. You go to powerbiservice.com, you see powerbi.com, you see Power BI service. You can see a lot of dashboards that you can copy from or learn from or get inspiration from. It will help you to recreate your own. Okay? As I said, use LinkedIn to push your dashboard, start your learning journey. You can write short summaries explaining your insights and the tools used. This helps you to build visibility and credibility. All right? It's all about data storytelling. So we're also going to teach that too. How do you tell stories with data? How do you create the trends? What are the most important things that you should be sharing? All right. We want to also show you that so you can learn from that. And of course, you can build from there. You also need to turn your project into conversations. Okay. Turn into conversations. A strong portfolio helps spark conversations with hiring managers, mentors, or peers. The first time I posted my first dashboard, not my first per se, the first time I posted a dashboard on LinkedIn, I was so shocked what happened. I started getting, what do you call it? In short, my whole LinkedIn page just like reconfigured in a way. I started getting hiring managers on my inbox. I was so shocked. I was so amazed. Just by telling the stories on the dashboard, showing what I used and the journey and everything, I was shocked. Today, I still get emails, email they call in-mail, all right, on my messages, right? Or, oh, we've gone through your page, we'll see what you can do, all right? Can you do this job? So I get that almost
Today we just come
on
and
a weekly
play.
basis. Can you put your microphones off, please? I really wouldn't like distractions. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's a big. I was so amazed. All right. Reaching out, I'm like, wow, is this how it works? In short, one of my mentors shared was, how do you get people, white guys to actually comment on your post? I was like, yeah, I really don't know, but it comes from data storytelling. So I'm also going to show you that how you can actually take advantage of that. Yes, sorry. Then mentorship. You need to learn from those who walk the path. See, this is not a solo, this is a field of collaboration. All right. It's a field where you collaborate. It's a high level collaboration. Okay. So mentorship is critical. You can't know everything. Right. When you run into some critical issues, you need to ask a lot of questions. In short, you need to master the act of asking questions. You need to use the 5 W's and the H. The 5 W's, the framework of the 5 W's and the H, which is when, the what, the why, which is the other one, the where, and of course the how. That's the 5 W's and H. Okay, you need to master the act of using that. Without that, you're going to run into a lot of issues. So that will help you. So, but how do you use that? Of course, it starts from somewhere. All right, we're going to show you how to use that, and of course, after that, you can actually build from there. So a mentor helps you avoid mistakes. It helps you stay accountable and learn from real-world experiences. You gain clarity, direction, and confidence from someone who's already achieved what you're doing. So coaching is critical. All right, coaching is critical. I will help you do the same thing. So I will help you, coach you, even after programs. Will also hold your hand, coach you, support you, right, along the way. Okay, so while mentorship provides guidance, coaching provides structure. You get personalized learning plans, feedback on your progress, and of course, will help to show you what is that you're doing that is not right. So it can help you to position, especially for interviews, to help you to land that role. Okay, so also the power of community. Learning alone limits your growth. We have peer discussions, collaborative projects, accountability groups to help you keep it going. You will gain access to insider job tips, each other referrals, shared learning experiences that will help you to expand your work. I think every week, bi-weekly, we'll share what are the sponsorship roles for those who want to travel, who living in developed countries. Oh, these are the sponsorship roles. But those who are going to be living in Nigeria or other parts of the world and want to work remote roles, of course, we share also some of those remote roles to our students, our alumni students. Right? That will help you also to get first-hand opportunities of those roles. Okay. Now we also have the SI approach to mentorship. Like I said, we provide weekly live sections, project reviews, insight into industry expectations, real feedback from real expert professionals, not just theory alone. So these are some of the things you get by mentorship or coaching. Okay. And the last part is support for career. Why career support is essential. Data skills is powerful, But learning a job requires strategic positioning. So we have the personal branding aspect where you need to learn how do you position your brand, how do you package your brand as a professional, will also help you on those aspects. So many skilled professionals remain invisible to employers because they don't know how to present their value, right? So they don't know how to present their value. So our career support will bridge that gap between technical learning and professional success. So these are some of the things that will help you. Like I said, I mentioned them also in the course of sharing. I mentioned them so far. Right? We have resume, your CV and portfolio optimization. I've shared that. We'll talk about the LinkedIn profile makeover. I've shared that. Interviews, job readiness lectures. I've shared that. Access to real opportunities. I've shared that. And of course, you launch your career. You have those lifelong goals. So these are the things that you need to actually do well. Okay, actually do well and actually help you land that role. Beyond just I have those skills, I know those skills. These are things that helps you to position yourself, helps you to attract those roles so that you can tell your story in the next 1 year, in the next 2 years, in the next 3 years of how your success is. And of course, what I shared at the initial stage about how much those people earn, you can actually earn those money at the end of the day and then share your success with us. Okay? All right, so launching your new career, you could apply for entry roles, internships, or analyst positions, join data communities, mentorship groups, network platforms. These are critical. There are a lot of them on LinkedIn. All right. Use your experiences to refine your niche. And of course, that will help you to scale and launch. We'll support you along the way. These are some testimonials too. All right. This is from Kisley, who works in Scon Technologies. He said, I landed my first data role. Enrolling an SI was one of the best decisions I've made. The instructors broke complex data complex sets into simple, actionable lenses. 2 months after completing the training, I landed my first role as a data analyst. This hands-on project experience makes all the difference. I wanted to bring someone live today, but the guy right now is having a good time somewhere. I would have brought 1 or 2 live testimonials of people who passed. Sure, the last cohort that just finished 2 weeks ago, there was one I wanted to also bring on to share life with us, but fortunately, unfortunately, it's not right here. But these are life testimonials also from people who are doing so well, who've landed the first role. Look at this one: career confidence rebuilt, career restarted. Someone who didn't was in some, he was in another something else, something different. I was able to pivot today. She works in the hospital, Atlas Hospital, and in their data department. So there are opportunities everywhere. It's just for you to be able to position yourself and be able to participate in it. Okay? So where can data skills take you? Before I share that, do you have questions so far? You can drop it in the comments, like I said. All right? Do you have questions so far? You can drop it in the comments. Any questions? You can drop it in the comments. I can take them as we go. So where can data skills take you? Where can data skills take you? All right, I've shared some of this before, but this in the UK, you can have visa sponsorship jobs. These are some of them you can have. There's a lot of them that you can have, but these are the roles that can help you position yourself. We have data analyst roles, like I shared it before. The data analyst turns raw data into actionable insights. Turn data into action. That's the job of a data analyst. Then we have business intelligence analysts. You develop the dashboards and the KPIs for strategic decisions. And of course, you share the recommendations with your employers or your stakeholders. We have the data visualization specialists. These ones are storytellers, all right? They tell stories with data using any of those tools that I mentioned. Power BI visualization tool, you have Tableau visualization tool, you have Excel. We also have new other tools, the ones from Salesforce, we have the one from Google. They have various tools, but these are the basic ones that are being used today that any employer expects you to have the technical skills in. Then, of course, in research, you also have in research, for those who like academics, you can actually use research to actually also get data business sponsorship. You can work in the academic environment. You can use research. I think we have a program that we're trying to put up in 2026. How do you land your visa sponsorship using research analyst roles critically? All right. How do you turn your research into position yourself to earn those sponsorship or work in those organizations from where you are. All right, wherever you are, you can earn it. They can sponsor you, bring you into the country just by being research analyst. And there are other roles around the research analyst roles too. Then we have operations or marketing analysts for those who have worked in marketing over time, improving performances during data through data-driven decision making. Then we have data consultants. This offers data analysis services to SMEs and startups. Okay, so we also have a service in that field, data consultant. So these are just a few roles. All right, there are different other roles, but this is the ones around data analysis or data analysis and business intelligence that you can actually position yourself on. You can't do everything. You just have to specialize in one area and then push it through. Right. So this whole conversation is about how you can become a data analyst or a business intelligence analyst. Both work side by side. All right. Some will say data analysis, some will say business analyst, even some say data visualization specialist. All of them are all the same. You just need one particular one, and then of course you can pivot yourself into any other role. So let's talk about the SII advantage. Why the SII data analysis and business program stands out. So I have a program that we've put together, like I said. This is a free webinar. This is introductory. In fact, you can learn this for 3 months and you still not be done. That's the truth. 3 months, you're still not done, all right? There are different aspects that you need to work in. So this is introductory. This is just whetting your appetite, exactly what this is all about, what the rules are, and how you can take advantage. That is what this whole webinar is all about. All right, but we have a program that going to be running for the next, in 2026, that will help you. It's a 5 week, 6 weeks program, 7 weeks program. All right, that will help you to learn, hold your hand and learn those skills critically. So let's look at that. Okay, why is our data analysis and business intelligence program different? One thing is hands-on learning. Every class includes live practice sections and real data sets. Okay, we have portfolio projects. You complete a full business intelligence project you can showcase to the employers. We have the career coaching. We help you write your CV, optimize your LinkedIn, and prepare you for data interviews. We also support you. All right, you have access to your facilitators even after graduation. Very critical. Flexible learning. You can learn from anywhere. Right? It's remote. It's live online. All right, you can attend those classes from anywhere, and of course, you also have access to the recordings anytime. Okay? We're trying to build up an LMS that will give you access to that. You can actually have access to the recordings and the LMS for 12 months. You can always go back there to refine your skills if you miss anything. And of course, like I said, 4 or 5 tools within 7 weeks. Doesn't really cover everything, but it's something that can help you to jumpstart from where you are to where you're going. And of course, after that, you can build from there. All right. Of course, you get a certificate from Success Image Institute. We are also from what from what was read. I'm also part of the John Maxwell leadership team. So our Success Image certification is also endorsed by the John Maxwell Institute too. And of course, I'm part of the Forbes Black community, is also endorsed. And in 2026, in the first quarter, we're also looking at getting some endorsement from the CPD. The CPD is a UK certification program. And also we're looking at also getting from the UK itself. All right? Also looking at getting certifications from the US that will also help to boost your certification. But like I said at the beginning, it's not about certificates per se. It's about what you can do. So yes, you will get certificates that is endorsed that you can showcase to your employers from us. But at the same time, you will learn the critical skills. We will show you what is working, what is not working, and positioning and help you to learn those skills, show you how to do everything. And of course, you can build from there. It's not about certificate, but we'll give you certificates. But more importantly, you will learn the skills. You will have portfolio projects. At least you have 4 of them that you can just start with. You can build, you can showcase to your employers for interviews. Okay? Now, here's what our program looks like. This is what we've got in 2026. We're going to be having this on the 7th of February. This is like something that can help you prepare, okay? The start of the program is on the 7th of February 2025. We're going to run for, the teaching class is actually 5-6 weeks. And of course, we have a final capstone project, which you have to showcase that caps the event on the 7th week. All right. That capstone project, you have to work together as a group. And when you're done with that project, any employer that you showcase that project to knows that this one is not somebody that you want to toil with, okay? It's really something that is very, very worth the while. You're going to have access. It's a global access. It's 100% online. Of course, like I said, you're going to get a certificate. And of course, we're a UK company. Fees for that program is actually £500, okay? £500 for the program. As a UK company, of course, you're going to have access to so many things. And in addition, you have a free CV and LinkedIn organization, which is the value that is there. £150. We have free access to job readiness section, trainings after training, which is actually £150 in value. You have access to our LMS. Our LMS is going to be hosted in one of the, it's not going to go down, so it's going to be hosted. And of course, you ask anyone, LMS doesn't come cheap, but we want to give value to our students, our support, our community. So it's not a joke. We're actually in the final stages of building that LMS. It's going to be live in 2026. So for those who are going to be part of this program, you're going to be the first cohort that is going to be actually being launched into that LMS. All right. And of course, you're going to also have post-training support and support community, which is actually something that you can actually leverage from and learn from other people who are actually doing well. All right. Work collaboratively, like I said. It's not just about one. Collaboratively. You have access to others who actually know more than you, that you can actually learn from. And of course, a lot of projects we're going to be having in the program is group. We also have individual projects, but we also have group collaboration projects so that you can learn from others, all right? Some are strong, some are weak. You can actually learn together and then showcase a project that is worth your while, okay? But don't worry, we're not charging you £500 for this. You can see that the flyer is being painted and packaged with the Christmas, and I also showcased my Christmas trees here to you. Because of the season, we've decided to give a very massive discount, all right, for today, for those who want to take advantage of the paid program, okay? That's going to be starting 7th of February. So if you are very, very, very serious, you want to be part of this, this is not myths. Ask anybody anywhere, all right? If you go, the best programs, it's what more theoretical programs here, they'll charge you close to £1,000, all right? I've taken part of courses like that to £1,000, so £800, all right? But what we're giving to you, some of them are not even expert led. You're not going to have anybody in the class. Just jump in on the training and learn by yourself. If you run into problems, you're on your own, right? But yeah, you're going to be having tutors. You're going to be having people who support you, hold your hand through. You're going to be having other people who are also know more than you that you can actually learn from. This is worth a lot, okay? But like I said, we're not going to charge you £500. This is Christmas season, so we're giving a very huge discount. And I also see that we have a lot of people from Nigeria too who have actually joined the program. So we also give a discount for Nigeria, okay? So for today, if you're serious about this and you feel, oh, okay, I think you've said enough. I want to be part of that program and I want to be amongst the first persons who are going to want to take advantage of, position yourself for 2026, right? You can pay in full today. We're going to give a 50% off. For those who are in the UK, we're giving a 50% off that amount. That means you're going to be paying £250 a day. That's chicken change. There's nowhere you're going to learn data analysis for 6, 7, 8 weeks that you're going to pay that amount. But today we're giving that offer. All right. So you can see the payment link there. You can copy it. You can screenshot this page. All right. And then you can do that after this right now. This offer ends at the end of the year, right? But you want to take advantage today. It's so that you get this out of the way into the new year. By 31st, this offer is out. All right, because we're going to be in the new year, which is just next week here. we'll go back to where we're coming from. Okay, so but for today, we're giving this particular season's discount that you can take advantage of. Now, if you translate this for Nigeria, okay, Nigeria, you cannot pay through this. This is a UK link. You can't pay through that link. For those who are in Nigeria, we're also giving something very, very ridiculous today. This is very ridiculous. All right? I say here, pay 50% off. So if you translate 250 pounds in Nigeria, that should be about 500,000 in Naira. Okay? But for today's program, if you are very, very serious and you want to take advantage, you want to help as many Nigerians as possible to be able to learn this skill. All right? The last cohort, I gave something very ridiculous for Nigerians, and I'm also doing the same thing here today. All right, the same thing here today. So for Nigeria, I would have said if I ask you to pay 500,000 naira, I'll be fine. All right, which is actually 250 pounds. All right, if I won't ask you to pay that, I'll be justified. All right, but for today's class, if you are really very serious, I'll ask you today. Send a message to a phone number. All right, Grace, you could drop that phone number there. If you can drop that phone number. Grace, are you there? You can send a message to that phone number and tell them that you want to be part of the program. All right, we're not going to ask you to pay even 250,000. We're going to ask you to pay 250,000. All right, for today alone, just today alone. But after today, you're going to pay 250,000 naira to be part of that. But for today, for those who are very serious, send a message to a phone number. That's Chris, are you there? For those who are in the WhatsApp group, the phone numbers, the one I've dropped now, and the one, if you're in the WhatsApp group, any of the admin numbers that's on the WhatsApp group, send a message that you joined the webinar today. Okay. Send a message that you joined the webinar today and you are very serious and you want to take advantage of it. All right. You just tell them you want to take advantage of it. We're going to be giving you at a very ridiculous discount of 150,000 naira. 150,000 naira. Just send a message there that will give you a dedicated account to pay it into. You cannot pay into that link. All right. I would not have any link for you, but they'll give you a dedicated account you can pay that to. Right. If you don't have all the money to pay, you can actually pay it in installment, but you have to pay at least 50% of the amount today. Then you can spread the others for 2 installments before the class starts in February. I think that's fair enough. So for those in the UK, the same thing, all right? You can pay it in installment. You can take advantage of 2 installments. Of course, you have to complete that before the class starts in February. So you have a long time to do that, all right, before the class starts. Okay, when you're done, please send a message to those numbers there. If you're in Nigeria, send a message to those numbers in the chat room already. Tell them you are serious, you want to get started right away. You want to drop at least drop some amount, lock down your offer today so that at least you're taking advantage of that. That is too ridiculous, okay? So you can actually drop 50,000, 100,000, and then you complete it before the class starts in February. For those who are in Nigeria. For those who are in UK, you have to take advantage of that link. You can only pay in UK. Don't say you are in UK and come and join Nigeria. All right? Nigeria is different from UK. Okay. All right. So send a message. We'll give you a dedicated account that you pay if you are in Nigeria. You cannot pay through that. Yeah, I guess that's fine. Okay. So once we do that, I think that is critical. And yeah, some people have sent I'm here. Okay. Okay. So you get messages. You take it out over from there for those who are taking advantage. Yeah, so for those in the UK, there's a payment link now in the chat room. You can actually go there, just make a payment, or any of the, if you're in the WhatsApp group or any of the numbers, that is the admin numbers, send a message there. We'll also give you a dedicated link. You cannot pay less than the amount that is on that link, okay? But if you want to take advantage of the installment, send a message to those numbers, admin numbers on the WhatsApp group, or the numbers you see in the chat room, and tell them you want to make installments. They will give you a dedicated link you can use to make that installment. I'm saying it again. You cannot make installment in the link here. You can only pay it full. Of course, you just pay and go and sit down. It's better that way, right? So you just wait for your class, okay? So tell you how to onboard into the program, all right? We'll send you all the different information after that. But if you want to make installment, you want to pay £50. Next year, we'll be having support companies that can help you to take advantage of that. So you don't have to worry about how to pay. That's in the first quarter. But for today, you want to take advantage, okay, I want to pay something out of it, and in the UK, send a message to that number. We'll send you a dedicated link that you can use to make your installment. And of course, you have from now to February to complete it before the class starts, and then we'll take it off from there. I think that's fine. If you have any questions, drop it in the chat room. I'll address that or send a message to for clarity. All right, so that's that. What else do I have to say? If you have questions now, drop your questions. I'll take those questions for clarity in the class. Yeah, I think that's that. Let me complete my just a minute. So that's that. I guess some people have already reached out, so we'll take it off from there. So you can actually also, for those who are digital, you can actually just screenshot this. That is scan code for those in the UK. This is UK only, please. UK can use that as scan code. Just do the scan code. It takes you straight to the link. You can make payment from there. But if you want to make installment to payment, send a message. We'll give you a dedicated link that will allow you to make your payment in installment. You can pay as many times, all right, before the program starts, but you ensure that you complete your payments by February. This is December, right? So you have that time. You can make it small. Okay, so this is my final words for us today. I always say this at the end of every webinar. Success is not an accident. It's hard work. It's perseverance. It's learning, studying, sacrifices, and most of all, love for what you're doing and learning to do. It's not about being perfect. It's about effort. And when you bring that effort every single day, that's where transformation happens. And that's how you change, of course. This is from Gillian Michaels. And you can actually reach out. You can screenshot this. You can put inquiries. You can send a mail. We'll answer. You will respond. You can send. These are the two numbers on the chat room if you're in the group, WhatsApp group. All right. But you can actually screen this. I send a message after now. And then please follow us on our Facebook pages. All right. So we have Success Image International on Facebook, Success Image Institute on Facebook. Just follow us. All right. And just follow us on LinkedIn. We'll be sharing updates about what's coming up in the new year. We believe that it's going to be an amazing 2025. Happy holidays to everyone who's part of the class today. All right, thank you for joining us. We celebrate you. Even if you are not going to join us now, we look forward to seeing you in future cohorts. We also want to support you whichever way that we can. We have several other programs that will be coming up in 2026. Our website is almost ready, but you can actually just jump into the website right now to see what is there, even though we are trying to restructure some things there. Success Image International. www.successimageinternational.com. We have several things there, several programs that will be popping up in 2026 that can help you to actually position yourself to become better in 2026. All right. Like I said, even if you're not joining us, it's fine. Just support us, reach out to those who can for us. And of course, you can join us in any of our classes in 2026. We look forward to having you. All right. Thank you so much for being a part of today's program. I appreciate it. So I'll take questions right now. For those who want to ask questions.
I just wanted to ask, will we have the opportunity of having the recorded version of this training today so that we can go through at our leisure time at a later time?
Okay, are you on the group? Are you on the group, WhatsApp group?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so yeah, the recording will be uploaded on YouTube. You can be shared in the WhatsApp group. You can actually go back there to actually listen.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, I appreciate it.
If you also have if we have your emails, of course, it'll be sent to emails for those.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Do you have any other question? Do you have any other question? So this is question time now. Ask all the questions. All right. Ask all your questions. Use the next 3 to 5 minutes for questions. Yeah. Okay. There are no questions. Am I such a good teacher that there's no question? Everything I've said so far. All right. I've been asking, is there any question? Is there any question? Is there any question? No one is talking. All right. Please ask questions. I guess it's clear. I think I've shown proof. All right. I would have said with this point of mind, I believe I've not been able to confuse you, but I know I've been able to at least show you why you should learn data analysis in 2026. That's the truth. I used a lot of proof to show you, not just from me, from the industry. All right. So you don't have any excuse in 2026 to be sincere. All right. Not to learn the skills and position yourself and make yourself better. For those in Nigeria, you actually know Nigeria is very good right now. All right. So and nobody send you. Nobody send you. So you can actually learn this. So for those who are active, even if you're a retiree, you can actually learn this and still continue to work. In the UK, there are no age discrimination. That's the truth. In the UK. In other countries, I think it's the same thing. It's only in Nigeria they say, you are 50, you are 60. It's not true. Bring the skills to the table. If you can do it, you have it. So there are some job roles here in the UK. They won't ask you for your, they will ask you, only ask you for your name. They will not ask you for your gender. They will not ask you for your address. They will not ask you for your age. They will not ask you for your personal details. They don't care. Just your name, because of course your name is critical. Right? Some will not even ask you your date of birth in the process of interview. Just what can you bring to the table? That's what they're after. The truth. Okay, so you can actually take advantage of that. All right. So get yourself ready. Get yourself to fly in 2026. We're here for you to help you, to support you as much as possible. All right. Even if you're not starting now, it's still fine. All right. Just ensure that you are prepared. All right. Take advantage of our instrumental payments. Drop something there in the account for those in Nigeria. Try to complete it before the class starts. Just February, still far. All right. We can still allow, in a way, the first 2 weeks of the program. So you can still try as much as possible. I think I'm being flexible too much. But within the first 15, from now to February, the middle of February, you can still make it complete. All right. Within the first 2 weeks of the program. But after that, if you did not complete, of course, we take it out of the program. So you have a lot of time to be able to take advantage of that. All right. So take advantage of the instrument if you don't have it in full. If I were you, I'd just drop it and just move on and get yourself ready for the class. Okay. And then be out of it. So take advantage. We've tried as much as possible to help you get started in 2026. So I look forward to having the conversations on the WhatsApp. Position yourself, take questions, help you on board as much as possible as we look forward to having a beautiful 2026. If there are no questions, then we'll probably end the class right now. End this webinar, maybe in the next 4 minutes, and then we'll continue the conversations much later. So over to you, Grace.
Well, that was a beautiful one. I've learned so much in today's class. And thank you, first of all, thank you, Terry, for that very wonderful session. You say it's a tip of the iceberg. You know that we're in for a very good learning time come February 7 and beyond. So I will say, please take advantage of this session. Try and go through again, but much more important is the fact that we want you to register. Please take advantage of the Christmas largesse, the Christmas bonus. I don't want to use the word bonus, discount that comes with the season. Please take advantage of that if you're in Nigeria, 250,000 naira. Trust me, 250,000 naira, that's just about 100 pounds, 100 and maybe a few change of pounds. And so it's a great advantage. So one of those times you should be proud that you live in Nigeria, actually. So please take advantage of this. And if you're based in the UK, you've heard it from CEO's mouth, not from the horse's mouth. Age is not Age is just number. And trust me, even if you're far gone in age, if you have the right skills, you can get remote job. And data is global. Data is not limited to a particular country. So take advantage of these training session. Take advantage of our next cohort, and please reach out. You have our numbers on the one of those numbers is actually mine. Please reach out. Let's walk you through how you pay and how you start. So that next year you'll be standing tall among your people. I always say it, the distance between the person who is succeeding and the person who is struggling is that skill. So when you learn a skill, it sets you apart. It makes you more desirable to people who are hiring. Trust me, if you're applying for a position and the recruiter is going to shortlist, they will look for people, not just people who have certificates, but they will look for skill. And if you don't have the skill, no matter how much prayers, you may not get shortlisted. So please get the new skill, and data analysis is one, and business intelligence, because the skill keeps, and it's even relevant, very relevant in Nigeria, because they keep saying that businesses in Nigeria don't last because people don't know how to manage business, manage people, and everything. So take advantage of this session so that you have all the opportunities. Apart from learning about data and analytics and business intelligence, you get the opportunity of getting your LinkedIn and CV optimized. Now, when we talk about the CV optimization, it helps you so that when applicant tracking system is being used, you rank high, and then you can get that opportunity so that unfortunately messages can reduce. And then, of course, we know where the social media for professionals is LinkedIn. When you're well positioned on LinkedIn, Cherry mentioned when he posted something and recruiters were reaching out to him. This is what you can enjoy if you get to have this opportunity. And then when you pay, you have access to that training model for a whole 365 days. Most organizations don't even give you, maybe maximum is they give you a month or two. I've paid for some, and that's how they do. But you do get to have one full year access. So you can always go back to learn and relearn and then make reference. So because by the time you get to the job, you'll see reason to always want to make reference. And of course, the support, post-study support is going to be a lot. You get to be mentored, and that mentorship helps you to open doors. So without having to talk too much, sorry. So it's a call to action. Please, by all means, take advantage. You have till end of the year. Usually we'll do till midnight, but for now, for this one, because in the spirit of Christmas, we're doing till end of the month. So before you go to church on 31st, please take a decision, make the payment. We already make it as flexible as possible. And thank you very much for joining today's session. It was really good. It was really impactful. If you can use your emoji, please let's give a kudos to our facilitators, our facilitator, and watch out for what you're going to learn in class, because you're going to be enjoying much more, because then it's more relaxed and you're going to be learning. So thank you very much, everyone. On behalf of all of us at Success Image International, we want to say thank you for joining us today. Thank you for not allowing us to walk alone. And we pray you have a very good end of the year and a very brilliant, professionally satisfying and fulfilling 2026. Thank you and God bless. Bye, everyone. Bye. You can unmute yourself now and just say bye. You can unmute yourself now. Thank you very much, everyone.